Hello again, this is the boy and his Bible, and I want to deal with a very difficult verse in this psalm, and my interpretation of it may not be correct, and therefore you'll have to do your own meditations on it and see what you think and talk to somebody about it. And this is the psalm. It's talking about being by the rivers of Babylon and weeping, and they saying, sing us a song. And he said, I can't sing a song in a strange land. I can sing the songs of Zion in Zion, but I can't sing them in Babylon. And then he goes on and says, O daughters of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones or the rock. I remember reading that and thinking that was awful. It took me some time to realize God didn't say it. It was the people in Babylon sitting by the waters, being encouraged to sing songs in a strange land, said it. People who wanted vengeance said it. It's not a prayer of the saints, definitely not a prayer of the New Testament. The prayer of the New Testament, if you slap me on one cheek, I'll turn the other. If you take my coat, I'll give you my cloak also. That is the attitude of the New Testament. So what are we to learn from this? First of all, there is a Babylon that will be destroyed. That Babylon was destroyed. It's actually destroyed quite easy. It was really more taken over by the Medes and the Persians. But the Babylon as it existed, as a government, as a controlling influence in the world, the Medes and the Persians, all those years ago before Christ, brought it to an end. But when we come to our New Testament, Babylon is referred to again in the book of Revelation. And the great cry goes out, Babylon the Great is destroyed, it's gone, it's finished, it's over. And you begin to realize what that Babylon was made up of. It was made up of what we today call materialism, people living for things. All the different kinds of merchants that could make money are mentioned. It rolls up the beast of the sea and the beasts of the air, and Babylon and all of it, and the two distinctive elements, which is the commerce of the transportation and over the seas, and the power they had over other nations, and the wealth that was brought on the land. Both of them are destroyed and cast into a pit, never to be seen again. In other words, the prayer here is an echo that we can hear loud and clear in the future. So what about the children? I don't believe we Christians should ever seek the death of any child. I think we as Christians should see that every child that is killed in war or plagues, floods, earthquakes, whether it's nature or man, are taken to the bosom of God. And God knows everyone, if they would have had the gospel preached to them when they had grown up, whether they would have responded to it or not. We leave the eternal destiny of every soul always in the hands of God. But we cannot escape that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. We cannot escape that there was a flood, that everybody was destroyed. We cannot escape that the future Babylon, with all its children, will be destroyed. We cannot escape that the world lieth in the lap of the wicked one, will one day be destroyed. And while we'll see the beautiful mercies of God, we accept judgment as well. Do I understand the deeper meanings in these passages and passages like this? Do I understand the near to ethnic cleansing in the days of Samuel? Do I understand what was being said? Partially, yes. With Moses, when he said that the people, the nations of the promised land would be destroyed, said it would also happen to his own people. And judgment would come upon them as well if they worshipped heathen gods. So I partially understand that. Judgment must begin first at the house of God. That I do understand. But there's lots of things comes into me as an agnostic. I don't understand. And so, as one of the other Psalms said, things too high for me, I trust and leave them and the eternal destiny of every soul into the hands of a righteous God. Shall not the God of all the earth do right? An unusual verse for today, but it's one to make you think and talk to some friends. Bye for now. Boy in his Bible.